Okay, so you may notice it sped up quite a bit because it was moving so slow. That and when I was messing around with the USB cords for my microphone and some other things, somehow the settings got changed in such a way that it sounded like my voice was coming out of a blown out speaker. So that was no good. And I did the entire recording without knowing that. So what I did here was I sped it up quite a bit, and I decided to just voice over the top of it and let everyone know what was going on, because it was kind of a slow video to begin with. In any case, I was over here at another asteroid. I was looking for magnesium, and I found cobalt instead, and I needed that. I also needed some iron. So in a moment, I'm going to get out. Yeah, I was having trouble getting everything to work. My first thought was, you know what, I need to put a door here to stop the oxygen from leaving the room in huge quantities like it was. And then of course it was blowing me back when I was trying to go in. So just queuing up some stuff, splicing it all together, and there it goes. It's a decent airlock overall. And before I decided to go to get the iron, I decided to make repairs to the ship. If you're not familiar with the scenario as is, the scenario goes as followed. That I have to fix the ship completely and then add a jump drive and then jump out. And that would be the end of the series. Here I'm moving ice back and forth so I can eventually grind down the drill. So that's just what's going on there. I had to make several trips like that. Back and forth and back and forth. That's part of the reason that the video was so slow. It was 40 minutes long to begin with, and I cut out the first section of me looking at different asteroids and trying to figure out which one was close enough. And I finally started adding pieces into the ship to make it whole again. Although, playing the scenario over and looking at the ship, I don't think they took the very base of a red ship, slammed up against a asteroid, and then added in a refinery and such. So it was an afterthought. The refinery was, which was kind of disappointing in the end. I was kind of hoping that it was a little different. And the reason I say that is because there's no staircase to go up to the upper level where the normal red deck would be. So I've got to, eventually when I come back to that, I'm going to have to move the refinery and make it look like it was an actual red ship with a refinery on it. In any case, so I get through and decide that I want to keep all the blocks that I've added in as that light gray to represent, okay, I'm out in the middle of nowhere, so I'm not going to have a can of paint with me to paint this up. So that's why that's light gray. It's just, slapped. It's meant to look like it was slapped together or repaired hastily. Alright, so there I'm just checking to make sure that I'm mirroring both sides. There we go. I'm sure if I really wanted to do this quickly, I could probably get enough materials together to get a jump drive and get out of there. But that's why the scenario is repair the ship completely. I think this is... And I start looking for a place to pipe up the drill, because I don't want to keep moving stuff back and forth. My original thought was just put the drill there, and so shortly you'll see I'm queuing up parts, putting them in, they're welding together the pipes, realize I'm out of iron, quickly go get the iron from this deposit, and I put them in the refinery ahead of everything else. The one thing I'll say is that it seems like you can get more material or more bang for your buck than when I first started playing survival. That, or I've gotten so used to how things work, it goes a lot faster. I'm not sure. But when I first started playing survival, that would have taken me 40 minutes all on its own. And I'm just queuing up more parts because I need interior components for this part. I guess they call it interior parts, not components. So I get it all wired up, and then I decide that I don't like that idea. I want to put a piston there. I put the piston there, and I'm like, I don't like that at all. Looking at it, and I decide, you know what, I'm going to grind it down. I'm going to put the piston right there. So I connect it up, connect up the parts, put the piston down, weld it all in place, put the new camera in, get this drill in, and I decide, you know what, I want 2 on each side of this drill, make it wider. There it goes. Alright. Looking good. Turns out I need to add like one more part to get that done. And I get it done. Put all the pieces back. Get in the cockpit. And I set up the toolbar so that I can start mining. One thing I would recommend, if you're going to do a drill piston like this, have an on and off switch for the piston itself. So like an emergency stop, that way it doesn't break off, just in case. And also, third person is your friend with these things, because the camera, you can't look around to make sure that exterior pieces of the ship aren't hitting against the rocks, which I kind of did occasionally. And I grabbed a whole bunch of cobalt, swung over to this side so I could get some iron. And somewhere out here, the asteroids start hitting, or meteorite storms hit. You might see the message flash up there. Which only, yep, there it is. This only reinforces the idea that I do need to make sure to get some turrets soon enough. As you can see, one meteorite hit the asteroid I was mining from. That's just way too close for comfort, to be honest. In any case, I started looking at hydrogen as a replacement for the ion thrusters, which are a pain. And that's about where the video ends. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, comment down below, and sub if you're not subbed. I also have a Twitter account if you want to follow me there too. See you later. Bye.